With multiple relationship failures, you might be questioning yourself, are my standards too high? Am I never going to find the person I'm dreaming of? This can even be worse if you heard this mentioned by close people to you as family and friends. It is very devastating to hear this because you feel like you are settling, and this is the last thing any one of us want to do, as this makes us feel we ourselves are of low standard. On the other side, some of us never set standards out of the fear of rejection. We just want the relationship to go natural, and we expect others to know how we feel without us having to speak it. This makes you end up being easy to deal with and no standards at all are applied. So how can you create this balance? Not to let men run and at the same time not being so picky that you end up alone. In this video, we will crack for you this whole standard thing and make it easier for you to understand and apply it. So make sure to watch this video till the very end. Hello everyone and welcome to Resistant Romance channel, where we will help you achieve the happiest relationship with your partner. Make sure to hit the subscribe and bell buttons not to miss our secret tips and tricks. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, how do I know if my standards are high or low? In order for us to answer this, you must first of all to understand that you need to have self-awareness. When we have self-awareness, we will know what we want and what we don't want, what makes us sad and what makes us happy, what matters and what doesn't matter, and this difference from a person to another. So if you want us to talk more about self-awareness and how to know what you want in a relationship, make sure to hit this video to reach 1000 likes and we will make this video addressing this issue. Secondly, many of us as women are actually not able to differentiate between what standards are and what being picky is. So let's clear this out by giving here a clear definition for 4 terms. Make sure to grab a pen and paper and write this down, as you will need to fill this list later on after clearing out the issues you have with the definition. Number 1, deal breakers. Deal breakers are those unnegotiable terms. It is the set of values and things you cannot tolerate in a relationship. If those things are not there, you cannot actually live. If you attempted to compromise them, this means you're compromising yourself as a human being. It consists of a set of beliefs and values you have, and that matters the most for you. This can differ from a person to another. For example, maybe a girl who is raised as a strong believer and she's practicing that, this becomes her personality. She can never let go of her faith and beliefs, nor she can tolerate it and get into a relationship with a man who doesn't respect and believes as she does. That is a tiny example. There are many other different examples, and this deal breaker thing differs from a person to another. There is no right or wrong, so make sure to take your time and think what are the things you can never tolerate in a relationship. Next time you go on a date, those are the first things you have to check on. It is even better if you can have access to know this information before you go. So if they don't exist, you can save your time and energy not wasting them on the wrong person. The second definition, number 2, is standards. Those are the basic things that a person needs to have in order to think about having a relationship with another human being. For example, a man who is jobless and lazy is not a person you would waste your time with. A man who's a drug dealer or a gambler is not a husband material. A man who treats women in a bad way is not gonna treat you better by any means. So standards are the set of requirements that any man should have in order to take steps towards a relationship. Those standards are usually common between all men. No woman would love to get into a relationship with a loser or a mama's boy, while deal breakers are different. A man can have all the standards that qualify him to be in a relationship. However, he doesn't meet your requirement in deal breakers. So that is fine, he's still a good man, but he's not good enough for you. Number 3, preferences. Those are the things you prefer in a guy. It could be things that we fascinate about, especially with social media injecting ideas in our mind. It could be that he's tall, blonde, dark-skinned, has blue eyes, owns a villa, is a multimillionaire. Well, we all prefer this. However, in real world, this super perfect figure doesn't exist. No one has it all, even you. And if it does exist, then you should ask yourself, what do you actually have that will make this super gorgeous 5% of population men will like you for? Because the reality is, a guy like this will probably look for a woman also like this. So do you have what it takes to get this guy to like you? You should answer yourself. Number 4, which is expectations. Those are things we expect a man to have. Those are probably enforced in our subconscious from Disney movies, like when we expect to get married to a Prince Charming, or that he is rich that you won't need to work again, for instance. Those are dreams that usually are not achievable in life. Now that we have made it clear about the differences between those terms, it is so important that you start putting in hard work to fill the paper you have with details in front of every definition. This will make everything easier for you, and it will make the whole dating and relationship game easier for you as well. Less hurting and much less time consuming. The whole problem appears is when you look for things that doesn't exist, like when you want to have a package of all the amazing things. However, the reality is we are not angels, we are humans, and humans have flaws and mistakes. So the best thing is we able to choose what issues we can live with and what issues we can never tolerate. And again, you can never be able to know all of this unless you do your homework and you have deeper self-awareness about yourself. Now, one may ask, when should I set my standards? And the answer is early in the relationship, early before lines are crossed. You have to understand that setting boundaries from the very start is way easier than correcting people. A man will respect you for this, and this will save you much time and effort. You don't want to spend time with the wrong man. So, if their standards is different than yours, they will leave, or they will know that he will leave if he didn't commit to them. As well, good men love things to be clear. They love clear lines. They don't expect you to hint. They just want a clear line that they understand and never cross. Moreover, a real man who's not there to play and also having his own standards that he wants to set with you as well. This will make the whole relationship easier, happier, and conflict-free. You have to understand what are your needs and what your partner needs. Now, what if it came a little bit late and some red lines are already crossed? Well, it's never too late, as they say. Solving this requires sitting down and talking. It will be a great thing that you do. Go ahead and ask them, for example, something like, what do you need me to do for you to be happy? What are the things that will make you feel sad if I did it? Is this something I might do and make you feel disappointed while I have no idea about? Let your partner speak and listen carefully to them. Don't get angry or nervous when they finish. It is your turn as well to speak of them and tell them what you expect. There are other ways where you can set your standards that can still be nice, cute, and not driving the person in front of you to be attacked. Here are 3 strategies that you can apply. Number 1, be playful. Being playful is cute, fun, and usually has a sense of humor, which in return decreases the level of stress when setting standards. An example for this will be if a man is showing his interest to have sex with you, while your standards are not matching this except with the right person and you still barely know him. You can make it fun and with a cute sense of humor, saying, for example, I now feel blushed and I appreciate the offer. However, you're not getting lucky this time. This is nice and he will sense that you are as well interested, but you have standards of your own as well that he needs to meet. Moreover, this will make him chase after you, and this is something you definitely want. The second strategy is take actions rather than speaking. Sometimes when standards are broken, the best thing to do is to take action, not to complain and speak about it. Men already hate negative talk. And to be honest, if things are tense and you feel angry, the situation will end up with both of you losing. The best thing here is to take action. For example, if you set expectations that you require him to respect your time and he be there on time, if he didn't, then simply leave. And when he asks, simply you can say something with confidence that you can wait. This way he will learn that the next time he's late, he might actually lose you forever. The third strategy is be a high value woman. A high value woman is a woman who has a life that she's working on constantly. She's not desperate nor available all the time. She has friends, hobbies, dreams, and targets to achieve. So a person who is ready to get into a relationship with her will be someone who is having the same standards of value. He also have time, dreams, and things to do. He will value his time and hers. He as well will be ready in the future to support and respect what she's doing. By this, you are eliminating the option for losers to approach you, as you set the standards for those to approach you. I understand that usually we have been raised on giving and giving and giving, which makes us at the end grow up and unable to say no and draw boundaries. It could be that we feel guilty or that we would feel afraid losing the love of those who we care about. However, this will make you end up losing yourself. We have to give when we are actually ready to give, and for the right reasons, not to earn the love and respect of someone. Relationships are based on giving and taking, so if someone ending up giving only while the other is just taking, this is a sign of a toxic relationship that you don't want to be in. However, since we have discussed in this video how to place standards, then you are on the right path now to earn self-respect, which will make you end up in a happy, healthy relationship. So make sure to watch this next video where we will tell you the habits of all successful and healthy relationship that will keep the love forever. So click and watch this video right now.